Hey guys, welcome to Rodder Photography. I'm going through my Adorama list, and I'm going to talk about lenses today. I'm thinking about getting a new lens. Let me know in the comments below what you would suggest. So I have a Canon 5D Mark IV and a Canon 1DX Mark III. Currently, I have a 35mm lens. I am very happy with the 35mm lens that I have. I got out of zoom lenses a handful of years ago. I really like the fixed lenses, the ones that don't zoom, also known as prime lenses, because they're sharper. Unless, you're going to get something like, I only will buy an L series lens, the Pro lens line from Canon. Those are the white lenses, or they have a red ring around them on the black lenses. Do mostly street photography. I used to do weddings and whatnot. I could do a whole wedding with a 35. I had a 70 to 200 L series Canon, big white lens for weddings, for when you're in the church, because you got to zoom in, and it was really good in low light. I'm more of a fan of the wider lenses, but I don't think I need anything wider than a 35. So I'm looking at a 50mm. I'm a fan of the low light, but honestly, I don't need the 1.2, I guess. I'm thinking about maybe going with the 85, but I could also do portraits with the 35. What do you guys think? So here's some of the things in my Adorama wish list. The 50mm 1.2, it's $1,400. Don't want to spend that quite yet. Now here's a 50mm f1.4 for $349. It's not an L series lens. I'm sure it'll be fine. I was looking at something a little wider than the 35, but I don't think I can justify spending $1,500 right now on a 24mm lens when I have a 35. I just take a few steps back, right? I'm going to probably get this. I had one of these cheapy Canons, and they're great. 50mm 1.8. I'm probably going to get that. I'm going to get that. A video will be coming on that soon, just to play around with. That's going to be a great little lens. The 17 to 40 would be ideal, but I already have a 35mm. Like I said, a handful of years ago, I would have the zoom lenses. I had like an 18 to 55, and then I had the 70 to 200, and that's all I ever used. But now I like prime lenses only. Less moving parts, stuff like that. It's a solid lens. It does what it does. Prime lenses / fixed lenses are generally sharper, like I said. So I'm not going to be looking at any of these. Maybe down the road, but I don't want that. 85mm. Now that for $500, I would be tempted to get. I'm sure it'll be great. An 85mm f1.8, pretty decent for low light, pretty good for low light. Now, being that I have dogs, German Shepherds, the 100mm actually is tempting me. That would be really good for outside, getting those guys when they're running around for video and photography. I may get that, thinking about it, a 70 to 200. Now, I would not mind getting this lens at all. That would be perfect, because I have a 35, then I have a 70 to 200. That would be ideal. I think my last 70 to 200, though, I want to say it was years ago, like 10 years ago I got it. I want to say it was a 2.8. And a nice thing about it, I can't remember the terminology, but it was a 2.8 throughout the whole barrel. So regardless if you zoom in or out, it's going to be, you can maintain the 2.8 f-stop all the way through. I'm tempted about this one here. I'm either going to get the EF 100. That looks like a possibility. Or the 70 to 200. Just for more reach, The 35mm and the 85mm are the sweet spots. This is the one I had. Canon 70 to 200 f2.8. Image stabilization, $2,000. I should have never sold that lens. That is a sweet lens. Yeah, I see this in the future. I see having this in the future again. I just don't know if I want to spend, you know, whatever the price was on a 100 millimeter when I could get a 200 millimeter. Here's an f4 for 1,500, or I can spend 500 more and get a 2,000. I can spend 500 more, being $2,000, and get the f2.8. I don't think I'm gonna need an f2.8 because I'm gonna be photographing them outside. Anyway, that's it. What are your guys' thoughts? What if you had just a 35 millimeter lens? Let's see. It depends what you do. I mean, this has got 129 reviews. It's an EF 70 to 300. It's a f4 to 5.6. $600. For what I'm gonna do, just being outside, that would work out fine. I just want something with a little more reach. Do I need it? No. But if I need a little more reach, I've got it. Let's look at the Canon 85 millimeter. Here's one for $500. But here's an f1.4 for $1,600. I was just going through my list. I thought I'd make a quick video. I mean, here's a Canon. It's not an L. 85 millimeter for $500. Would you guys be good with that? 85 millimeter for $500, or I would have to probably go with this one. 85 millimeter f1.4 for $1,600. Anyway, just a quick video. More videos and photos to come.